Hello from Venice Marco Polo Airport. It's just a tiny bit after 5 o'clock in this chilly August morning, and I intend to welcome you to this new trip report. Indeed, today I'm flying from Venice to the magnificent island of Sicily, more specifically Palermo. So this is a domestic flight, an Italian domestic flight, which is something that I don't get the chance to jump on very often. It is my second domestic flight within Italy ever, so I'm definitely curious and looking forward to it. The pandemic is still, of course, very much on, so mask on and temperature screening. Yes, we are flying volatile. Yes, I do need to check in because this can come on board with me. I got a funny story as I passed through security. Of course, I had my usual reusable plastic water bottle, only that I forgot to empty it, and what happened was that I had a half a liter in it. I asked the security guy if there was some sort of sink where I could empty it, but he said no. You either drink it all or you throw it away. I drank it all. Now I gotta find a toilet. Alright, so I guess we're already boarding. And Volatia, of course, the reason why I was so eager to fly with Volatia is that it's the only European operator of the Boeing 717. Now, I'm not sure whether I'll actually be able to fly on one today, because I'm positive it should be an Airbus A319. But yeah, that's something interesting going on for Volatia for you. Hey, fast forward a few hours. I'm still in Venice. I ain't going anywhere, but something crazy just went on. I was queuing in order to check in my luggage into the hold and stuff. That's when I overheard the guy working the counter saying something to the guy ahead of me in line, and he mentioned something about being on standby, like the flight was actually overbooked. And now that's where my business acumen and my business mind came into play, because I'd always dreamt of being on a flight which was actually overbooked, because I heard of the money, the hundreds of euros and dollars that they throw at you if you volunteer to give up your seat for somebody else when a flight is actually overbooked. I told the guy that I was available, that my seat was available for people who needed urgently to get to Sicily, and he just told me, okay, thanks for that, I'll see you at the gate, let's see what happens at the gate. And when I got to the gate, it was madness. There were people screaming, people shouting, people throwing stuff at each other, because there were quite a few people that basically were left in standby and couldn't board the plane. Originally, it was an A319 with around 150 seats going to take us to, that was the plane that was going to take us to Sicily. But that plane suffered a bird strike yesterday night, so they had to send a B717, which of course has around 30 seats. 30 fewer seats than the A319, so that's how the overbooking situation came into play. I gave my seat to somebody else, and now I was already rebooked on an Alitalia flight leaving at 3 o'clock, which is around 5 hours from now, but no big deal. I mean, me and my friend, we're going on vacation, 10 days in Sicily, so now I gotta think about filling up my stomach, because my wallet is already filled up to the brim. The problem is, of course, that we don't have our boarding passes for the Alitalia flight yet, and we're basically stuck landside. And I have to say, even though it's quite a big airport, the landside part of Marco Polo absolutely sucks. There's only one bar. We did get 20 euro compensation, like a voucher, 20 euro voucher for the food, but there's only one bar in the whole area, press security. And the chairs, man, you can't find chairs without the armrests, so you can't even lay down if you want to catch some sleep, which we desperately need again. You excited, bruh?
Oh, hell yeah.
Here we go. I got both of my boarding passes. I did ask for the window seat, but I was giving it only for the first leg from Venice to Rome, so that's kind of disappointed. But anyways, it's all right. Now I guess I gotta go through security for the second time today. So at the end of the day, am I happy this change was made? I mean, for the money, probably yes. But I was really looking forward to fly volatile because I've never flown on volatile. I was supposed to fly for the first time with them this morning, but of course it didn't happen. I was also looking forward to fly on the B717 for the first time, and that didn't happen. But that could have definitely happened if I hadn't decided to make this change. But I'm also excited, I must say, to go back to flying Alitalia. I'm pretty sure the last time I flew on it was on 2017. I also have to say, it got really busy this afternoon. Marco Polo Airport here in Venice, definitely way busier than it was this morning. And now I get it that half of the seats are blocked because of social distancing, but you really struggle to find an empty seat. So I guess I'll have to do some more research, really.
Signori, volo Swiss 1663, siamo al pronto di imbarcare i passeggeri seduti al gruppi 1, 2 e 3. Vi preghiamo di presentare all'imbarco un documento. Avverto la pagina della foto, l'autocertificazione, la carta d'imbarco.
I just had a power nap of around 20 minutes and I'm ready to board. Gate is number 11. Good old social distancing in action. I guess it can't be an Italian airport without a Ferrari store in it. You gotta clean the window, man. This flight is going to Nice. Nice. Plane looks pretty empty so far, but yeah. We also need to mention that we were amongst the first ones to board. So you see. 22F, which is right here. Perks of flying with a legacy airline: free water. Upon taking off, we were met with absolutely amazing views. The plane took off northbound before rapidly turning east towards the Adriatic Sea, making a U-turn. It positioned itself right along the coast, which it started following towards the direction of the Italian capital, Rome. The result, the entire Venice lagoon was visible from the sky. As soon as you leave the runway of Marco Polo and start turning left, you can already see the runway on the direction that the plane took off. The northern part of the Venice lagoon is filled with pieces of land intertwined with vast amounts of water that tentatively covers territory normally classified as land during the period of high tides.
Can I ask you to refrain from using headset connected to personal devices during landing and to place all your belongings in the overhead compartment referred to the instruction card in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you.
Attenzione signori, all'Italia partner di Sky Team è lieta di darvi il all'Italia partner di Sky Team è lieta di darvi il benvenuto.
L'Italia è lieta di darvi il benvenuto a Roma Fiumicino alle 16:40. Da questo momento potete accendere.
Jetway on the way in, jetway on the way out. Now, I don't really understand why, but we were given a form upon checking in Venice, and we're supposed to fill that form because we're just connecting, or rather transiting here in Rome. This is, for some reason, basically the form that you're supposed to fill in. You've got your personal details, and basically they want to know where you're going to stay and stuff. Yeah, say usual things. We literally just landed, but looks like it's time to go again. So something funky happened. So we got in the queue, and for some reason the e-gate wouldn't open up for us, and the reason was that was the wrong flight. Apparently on my boarding pass it says 5:35, and I thought that was the departing time, but it's actually the boarding time, which coincides with the departing time of another flight leaving to Palermo, the same destination. So it was kind of funny. I guess it's pretty easy to make a mistake like that, so. I'm sorry, here I am. I'm speaking to you from the train, connecting Palermo Airport to Palermo city center, basically. My apologies, I know I wasn't able to get much footage from the second leg of the flight, if not any footage at all, but as I told you, it was way too packed. I wasn't able to get a window seat, even though I paid for it. So, a bit of a misfortune, really, but I'm here. I think we are, what, 10 hours late than the original time of arrival planned, but we're also up at least 250 euros, so that's not bad. You make your own conclusions. Before I wrap this up, I just want to say that definitely, if you have the chance to give up your seat when a flight is overbooked, definitely do it. You will get money, you will get compensated for it. And you never know what perks might come up. You might also get upgraded to first or business class on the alternative flight. So that's that. I hope you will take that into consideration, and I'll see you next time.